Okay, this is where we left off. We made the character run, and we also attached the body by making the keyframes. And now all that there's left to do regarding this character is to make the arms move. So I'm going to come in 1 second, hit N, and we're only going to animate and create keyframes for this second. Then we're just going to loop it like all the other layers. So just get the arm, the bicep, and make sure the forearm is connected to the bicep. Go in the beginning, and we're going to hit R on our keyboard. So when we, let's have a look at our reference image. Just go to leg. We deleted that there. Just open it here. We started here, so we know that the front arm needs to be like that. We can also bring in the closed legs. Bring in the image, place it on top, flip it first so it's easier for us. Flip horizontal. Okay, so this is the first frame we're working with. I'm going to place it here. Let's first make another arm. Duplicate. So hit Control D on both those arm layers. Let's color this cyan and bring it here. So this is the front arm. The other two, let's make it green. Move them below the body and the legs. So that's the right arm. Let's go ahead and rename these. So bicep right, forearm right. Close that. And let's hit these two. First rename it. You could use Duik Basil for this, just like we did with the legs, but I'm just going to use some rotation values just because we did use Duik Basil for the leg, and it may take a little long, but if you guys want, you can go ahead and just use the Duik Basil. Just go for the arms instead of legs. So I'm going to solo this layer, get the anchor point tool, put it up there. Solo the other layer, forearm, get the anchor point and place it here. I'm going to solo both these layers, hit T and just see if it's in the right area. For the forearm, you can come a little down. Okay. Bring this back to 100, turn that off, and we can hit M to close this. We're done with the anchor point part. Turn off all the layers, or let's just solo these, the right arm. So what we did was the left arm, now we are on the right arm. Select both, hit T, lower the opacity, get the anchor point tool, go to bicep, and just put it up there. Mind the space around the edges, and put this one in the circle area that you see here. Select both, bring back the opacity, turn it off, hit M. Alright, so we have the arms right now. Let's go ahead and copy what we see. So the front arm is the left arm. We are going to move it back like we see here. So get the bicep, and we're going to hit R on this. Without turning on the stopwatch, we're just going to get a relative copy. Go to forearm, hit R, and then bend it that way. We could use the puppet pin tool for the arm, the hand, but I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. Turn on the stopwatch, and then we're going to follow the next one. So let's go in another frame. Let's hit U on the body so we can match the keyframes. We're only doing that so we can match each of these frames. Get the bicep, align it with the body keyframe. And we can just bring the bicep down. Okay. The forearm, we can also bring it a little bit down. Okay. Next keyframe, just hit this. Let's go on this guy, hit P, and want to see the rest of the guys. Let's let's move it somewhere here. So we did these two, now it's this guy. Get the bicep. We're gonna go for a straight arm. We can leave the curve for the forearm. Next frame, let's close this. Next frame, we're on the red one. This arm goes forward in time, and it's going to make a 90-degree angle with the forearm. Next frame, it's the same arm shape, so we can just make a keyframe. Next frame, it's going to look, we're just going to move the bicep a little bit forward, then make a keyframe for that. So now the arm, the front arm is good. I'll look at it at the speed, with the speed. We just need to work with the other arm now. Okay, hit M, and we're gonna close, just leave bicep on. If you want to make this a little tidy, we can close the head, like hit this for the head layer, the leg layer, and close that. Just hit this to hide those, and that way it will be easier to look. For the, also the same thing with the reference, because we already have it opened. Okay, now the other arm, we're going to follow that. So hit R on both of these bicep Rs. And the first bicep, it's going to come forward. So we want to see it on the other side. Make a keyframe. For this one, we're just going to bend it upwards, like that. Make a keyframe, next frame. Let's just hit P on body. Okay. Then we have the next frame where it's, oh, we didn't change the anchor point for this. Let's first get position. Actually, we don't have position turned on. We could just move it like this. Okay. All right. We can redo these. This one, we need to bring it a little lower. And this one, we want to bend it in even more. Okay, so I'm going to copy the rest by looking at our reference. Okay, so I copied these, and because we have 7 here and we have 6 keyframes here, I just skipped the green one. But for the last keyframe, we want to go to the bicep L and forearm L, hit R, and just get the first keyframes for these, and then paste it for, we gotta do this one by one. So bicep L, the rotation value comes for the last frame for bicep R. And forearm L, copy the first keyframe, Control C, come down to forearm right and paste it for the last keyframe. Paste it there. And also, we do get some sort of dislocation, so let's go ahead and work with the position values, hit P, and see where it goes wrong. I'm gonna just move it a little bit here. Can make a keyframe, go to the next frame, it's okay. Here's good. Here we get a little bit of a dislocation. So go in the previous frame, make a keyframe. Actually, we are on the wrong area. Go on bicep and hit P on bicep, not for the forearm. Delete those. Hit R. So for the bicep, we're going to look at each of the frames and see where it dislocates. And this is where we accidentally move this. Let's solo these. Yeah, we ruined one of them by accident. Just bring it here without turning on the stopwatch. So position stopwatch is turned off. We just brought back that layer. So here for bicep R, we need to change the position and like put it somewhere here because it wouldn't make sense the way it was. Turn on the stopwatch, make a keyframe before it. Let's have a look at the next layers. Let me turn that off, get rid of this so I can see. And it's okay for the other layers. So it's only a problem there. We can hit F9 on both of these. And as for these guys, we need to do what we did with all the other layers. So hit F9, go to the speed graph, grab all of these, hit this. And also if you're not seeing your graphs, this can happen when you're starting out. Just right click, make sure it's on speed graph. You may be on value graph. So you want to do these on the speed graph, not value graph. Okay, turn that off. And we had another rotation, another set of rotation keyframes. So do the same thing, hit F9, go to your speed graph, select all, make them auto Bezier. The forearm it's kind of detaching, just bring it back. And now you can see it starts on one frame and it ends on the other. All right, we have this going on. I'm gonna get the body, hit S, and enlarge it a little bit. It's like the body is a little too small. Okay, this is better. So now the character is just running. He's running away. Let's work with the head. The head, we just want to make it go front and back. Nothing too complicated. Let's hit M on these layers. Biceps too. We can get rid of the reference. We don't need it anymore. Go on head, hit U on body so we can see, or just P so we get one line of keyframes. Go to head, and we are going to, actually we did need this guy. So this guy's not really helping us regard the head, so we have to kind of figure this out on our own. So first let's rotate this. And before we do that, get the anchor point tool and just bring this so it moves from this point. Move it here. All right, let's move it down first. Next keyframe. Make his head straight. Next keyframe. A little bit straight. Come down. So whenever he's like leaning forward, we want to bring his head down. Next keyframe. You bring it a little up. Okay, so it's a really slight movement, nothing too fancy. Select all, F9. Auto Bezier on these guys. So now he's just going to look normal. His head is just moving around. And what we can do is to add like a tint to the arms so we can tell the difference. I'm first going to loop these layers. So go on head and loop the head and anything else that you animated. Okay, now we should be getting the same movement throughout our composition. Let's open that up, and our character is about ready. We just need to kind of decorate him so we can tell the difference between his leg and his arm. We're going to do that in the next lesson. So I'll see you guys there.